Hello YouTube, this is the Doomer Go Getter, and I want to tell you about this experience I had a few hours ago. So I had sleep paralysis. I used to have sleep paralysis a lot when I was a kid. I haven't had it much since. Like, I had it a bit in 2014, but since then, not really. And this was a really deep sleep paralysis, a lot like the ones I had when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I would have these, like, out-of-body experiences, basically. Like in 2014, it wasn't really out of body experiences. It was just like a little bit of hallucinations and auditory hallucinations. I don't know what it'd be called when you hear shit. But this one was a straight up out of body experience. It was almost like it was like a dream a lot, but very vivid. And I was awake because I kept waking up in this actual physical reality. But I wouldn't be able to move, and I would hop between the dream world and this world. It was really fucking weird. So let me get into this. I got some notes. I wrote down on it because as soon as I woke up, I wrote down notes. But then I took a shower. I felt really uncomfortable being in the house. I don't know. The whole thing like got me on edge. So I went for a walk real quick, and now I'm ready to record the video. Which I should have recorded the video as soon as I woke up because then it was more fresh on my brain, but whatever. So let me get into this. What happened in it is, it was like those dreams where you keep waking up, but you're never actually awake. Like you wake up in a different dream world, basically. And that's what happened. I would think I was awake, but I would be in the dream. I would wake up somewhere new. It was a new dimension. Like one of them was my great grandparents' house, which I'm gonna go stop by there today. And I just want to stop by there because of the whole dream. Like some shit happened there in the dream. And then another one was like this dark area, like it was out in the street, and the streets were all like wet from like rain. Another one was like on the bus with my little sister. Another one was like I'd wake up in my room, and it's just a lot of different areas. Let me talk about the creatures first, because those were the most interesting. First one I want to talk about is there was this one who was like a therapist guy, right? And I was having these deep conversations with him about my psyche, my mental health, and he brought up my dark fetishes and how that relates to my trauma. If you want to know more about that, go watch my NoFap videos. But it was really interesting, and I was having these deep conversations with him. I wish I could remember what he was telling me, but I can't. It's so hard to remember that shit. I can remember what the topics were, but not exactly what he was telling me. I remember it was like some really profound stuff. With the character at my great grandparents' house, it was this character that his voice kept changing, like kept changing voices, and his face would change multiple times. And he was like this jokes. He had this jokester clown attitude of him, and he kept fucking with me. He was really weird. I remember I was like inside the house, like I was laying on the floor, and there was like light coming from the windows, and it was really bright in there, and it was just a really strange atmosphere, and everything looks all blurry and out of order. Like everything was all whack and out of order. It's strange. Not much I can remember about waking up on the bus. I just remember it was like it seemed like I napped a little bit on the bus, and I woke up like what? I'm not sleeping. And my little sister was there, and that happened like a couple times. I would wake up here in my room, and I would wake up and it didn't matter what dream world or what world I was in, I couldn't move. Besides probably the bus. I think I could move on the bus, but that was it. I think all I did was like pick my head up. But the other worlds, like anytime I woke up in the real world, I couldn't move at all. And I would try to move, and my eyes would still be closed, but I could tell that I was awake. And I would be awake here, but I couldn't move. I'll try my hardest to move, but before I can move, I'll fall back into this dream state. So I'd be here for a little bit. It'd be like a little teaser, like you're awake, and this kept happening. I swear this was happening for at least an hour. Shit was crazy. I don't know what these characters represent. Like it was just these different demonic creatures. Like, and I don't even mean demonic evil way. I don't know if they're evil. They didn't actually scare me because I've just had so many of these experiences as a kid that I'm almost used to it, even though it's been so long. Which I was surprised I wasn't scared because when I had sleep paralysis in 2014, I was terrified. But this, I wasn't scared. I was just like, okay, when is this gonna end? Because I'm tired of just waking up in new areas and it not being real. When you have that type of experience, it breaks down your reality. Like when I actually woke up, I was like, is this even real? It kind of shows you that reality isn't real and how fragile this reality is. Because I don't know, I feel like that's what um the deity, not, I'm not gonna say deity, that's a huge word, but the creature at my great grandparents' house, the jokester, I don't really remember much, but I feel like he was kind of showing me that, like he was fucking my reality and taking everything out of order. There was like no structure to how that house was. Everything was just being broken down. Like I feel like in a way he was showing me that reality isn't real, but like everything had this like wicked atmosphere, but doesn't mean they weren't trying to teach me something. Like that therapist guy, it's a perfect example. Let me think. Was there anything else? Oh, I remember there was times where I would tell him like I would just hear voices and I would not see anyone. It would just be all dark and I would hear voices. So I said, "Show me who you really are," and you could feel this angry energy. Sorry about that, my camera just turned off. But while saying, I told the being, "Show me who you really are," because I couldn't see nothing. It was just all dark. All I heard was the voices. They felt this angry energy, and the voices got louder, and then it would finally come out. And I remember when it showed me who it really was. It was, I can't even remember what it looked like. I just remember it looked so fucking dark and demonic, and it was, the whole thing was very intense. Very intense. I'm trying to not let go of it. Not trying to not be like, oh, it's just a dream. I want to hold on to it because I feel like if I hold on to it and try to break down what the fuck, what just happened and what it was trying to teach me, it could help me in my life. Because a lot of times we say it was just like paralysis, it's just a dream. Like there wasn't something that in here was trying to teach you. And that's how I'm trying to view it. Some more of the creatures I want to talk about, which these were kind of some in the background. There was like these shadow figures. I saw shadow figures a lot when I was a kid. And these ones were different than the ones I saw as a kid. Ones I saw as a kid were the typical shadow people. These ones, they were like actual shadows on the wall. And you just see these shadows walking around on the wall everywhere, and they would point to things. I don't even remember what they're pointing at, but I remember they would point to things. And then a common one I kept hearing is I kept hearing this like demonic little girl's voice. And there were so many different voices, like all different types of voices, especially with that one at my great grandparents' house. His voice just kept changing like every second. He just kept changing voices and faces, and like he was really like fucking with me. So I wanted to let you guys know I actually never went to my great grandparents' house because it's actually pretty far and out of the way, and I had other shit to do that day. And yeah, I take the bus everywhere, so it's not like I can get there right away, so I never end up going. If I do end up going, I'll let you guys know. But thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want just more stories of my personal experiences, mostly the self-help channel. But I felt like that whole dream and whatever the fuck that was goes with this because it really broke down my psyche in a way. And I'll give you guys updates if I figure out what this whole experience meant and all that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you for watching. Stay based, stay positive, and have a good day. Shout out to the dislike bot. I see you every time I upload a video. The first 10 seconds you're there. Shout out to you. I don't know what I did to get a dislike bot, but whatever.